What's up? Welcome to the Vegas Benchwarmer channel. This is the Benchwarmer podcast. My name is Eric. He hate me 702, and of course we got the man, the myth, the legend,
Jeremy with a G.
Yes, this is us. All right, so we got some shit to talk about. Jeremy was out last week. He was in Reno. We were trying to go live on Sunday, but StreamYard had a whole entire thing. So they did not. I don't know what the fuck was going on with them. It was just an outage all over the place, and I'm glad it's back up because I pay a lot of money for this shit. so yeah, y'all motherfuckers should never go out again. StreamYard. So we got a couple things we're going to talk about. We're going to revisit some of the stuff that we talked about last Sunday when Jeremy was gone. So we can revisit. I want to get his thoughts mainly on this one, the New Day leaving. You saw that, right?
I did. Mutual.
Yep, mutual. More stuff has came out, and have you heard why?
I don't think I've seen it.
So the New Day signed a extension last year for 7 figures. Okay. TKO.
Is this when TKO asked everybody to take a 50% cut or something?
Yep. TKO came to the superstars that had a big contract that were not being used and asked them to take a 50% pay cut. One star supposedly did. The New Day said, fuck y'all. Other stars also said, fuck you. I wonder if Kairi Sane is one of them. So, because remember, there was a lot of people that just got released the week before, and then there's a couple other people that got released as the New Day. So I wonder if that has something to do with it.
Well, I think the star that's not really a star, but it's like a mid card star. I think it's the Miz.
Yeah, 100%.
Because his house sold not long after.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it may have been time for the New Day. I don't know if it was time for them to leave. It was probably time for them to change their shtick. Because it was old and weird.
Once Big E left, it kind of took the breath out of him.
It kind of sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be honest. It was terrible.
They probably
the whole storytelling.
Yeah.
All the writers and producers and big nose should all be fired.
Yeah. I'm with you.
But
I'm 100% with you on that. I just think the New Day, I'm not saying Xavier Woods, because I know motherfuckers are going to come out for me in the comments and be like, Xavier Woods was a TNA first. Nobody's fucking caring. Kofi should have been a lifer. I think when Big E and them, with hindsight, 2020, I think when Big E and them broke up, instead of turning on Big E, it should have been a retirement, and they just went their separate ways. Put Xavier Woods on SmackDown, one of them on Raw, and they had we go back to Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, they have new interest music and everything. And give them a shot, single competition, just let them go their separate ways. Maybe they come up with different tag teams, who knows? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think the turn on Big E was horrible, their direction was horrible, and then them asking to be taking a pay cut is fucking stupid. Because there's probably a buyout clause in those contracts.
I don't think TKO cares.
Yeah. So I just wanted your thoughts on that. I don't know if you saw on Monday Night Raw, Asuka had her suitcase and left.
I saw that.
Yeah.
But I didn't see anything that led up to that.
No. So basically what happened was it's the fight from Backlash, right? And then Asuka comes up to her and basically tells her, I've been looking for my replacement, for somebody to take over my spot, and you finally did it. So basically the student becomes the teacher. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then she said, and then Io was like, goodbye, Oscar. And she's like, see you later. And she walked out with her suitcase. So I don't know if she's going to SmackDown or
I think she's done.
Yeah, so she might have requested to leave as well after what they did with Kyrie.
I think the situation with Kyrie
Yeah.
made her make the decision to be done. I think she's going back to Japan too.
Probably 100%. I agree with you. So since we're on the WWE topic, let's just go into the Backlash, right? So I'm gonna be honest. I don't care what anybody says in the fucking comments. I don't care what people said on the comments of the thing. I'm one of these people when it comes to wrestling. I try my hardest not to like mark out on wrestling, like read all the dirt sheets, read all the stuff in between. I read like winners and losers for, certain things, reviews of the wrestling thing, but I don't go in and try to find shit leading up to it to see what's wrong. Overall, I thought Backlash was really good. What as a show. I think they did a very, very good job with the show. There's a couple gripes that I have, which if you've watched our show long enough, you understand the no selling fucking pisses me off to no end. The fact that, and I'll just get right into it, Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns. Roman hits him with a Superman punch, a super spear, pins him, and then Jacob immediately jumps up. I don't like that. I understand that he's deranged and everything, but basically what you just told me was he laid down. So I do not like some of these automatic jump ups right off the bat. So that was the one thing I did not like about that match. Outside of that match, I thought that match was very, very good. I thought it was a great storytelling for that type of match that they had. I'm trying to get back to actually the result. God damn it. For that type of match that I had, I thought it was very good storytelling. They're basically looking at Jacob as an unleashed fucking badass that doesn't care, a deranged animal. The fact that he kept going for that damn Togan death grip after Roman said, you don't put that on family, you use it in a bar. So I think it was very good. I think it was I think the storytelling was good. The way that he ended up beating him, I think was good, where he pulled off the thing by accident. And I think him selling his throat and the pain, and I think that was really, really good. I'm not grading it A or B, but overall, I enjoyed the match. What were your thoughts?
I didn't watch a lot of Backlash.
Okay.
I watched bits and pieces of Backlash. One, because I forgot it was on.
Yeah.
Two, I was doing other things.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly, I was at a fishing tournament.
Oh, cool.
And then, I mean, the no selling, whatever. I mean,
I hate that. I hate that shit. That bugs the shit out of me.
I hate it too, but I don't think the right person won the match anyway.
He had to win the match.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck Roman Reigns.
Unless the only way he couldn't win the match.
I don't give a fuck about this part-timer.
Was disqualification.
I don't give a flying fuck.
Like, do I agree?
Like, can he just go back to Hollywood?
Do I agree that Jacob Fatu should have won? Yes, but I think they should have done it by disqualification.
Do I think Roman Reigns should go back to Hollywood? Yes.
I like Roman.
The whole acknowledge me shtick is old. And it's the same 5 move set. Nothing new. Whatever.
But he sold his ass off in this match.
He sells his ass off in every match.
That's why I like him.
That's the only thing he's good for. Is selling. He can sell like a motherfucker. He has the mannerisms to sell. But, I mean, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm not going to be part-time, but he's no longer he's no longer booked for anything in June.
No, but
what?
if we're gonna say not part-time, okay, so let's talk about this, right? He did the CM Punk. Granted, during the CM Punk build-up, he missed a couple Raws, no big deal. We know how that works. But after WrestleMania, he was almost at every Raw.
He said you can forget about the part-time stuff.
Up until Backlash.
See me all the time.
But he's been there.
And now he's not booked on anything in June.
Yeah, because they're gonna wait for the championship match, the rematch with Fatu. And it's probably gonna be a no-holds-bar match.
It makes him part-time.
Yeah, but if he shows up on Monday Night Raw leading up to that and they put that match together, then he's not part-time.
So June is all international.
Oh, then okay, never mind. I wouldn't go there either. Fuck them. But okay, I see what you're saying. I get what you're saying though. Yeah. Because part-time, full-time means you go to all the shows.
Like, I mean, whatever.
And it's not like they're doing.
I get everybody's on their knees for Roman Reigns. Like, whatever. I'm just not one of them.
I know you're not. You like buck the trend.
Like, whatever. Like, is he cool? Possibly.
I like him more now than I ever did, though.
I don't know. They're going back to the same bloodline storyline. It's the same recycled fucking shit.
Yeah, but the bloodline storyline was fucking epic, dude.
Yeah. 20 years ago.
That was only 2 years ago.
It's 2026.
Okay. All right. What about the John Cena announcement? John Cena came out to announce the John Cena tournament for the John Cena Championship with the involvement of John Cena.
Tell me how this is not going to piss off wrestlers.
It's going to piss off wrestlers so bad.
So you've got somebody one full night where vets go against up-and-comers.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter. They could lose their match and still become the John Cena.
Because the fans vote.
Whatever champion, because the fans vote. So it's a popularity contest.
Yep.
You might as well just put them in dresses and let them walk down a runway.
But it's also an easy way for them to fucking rig it. Because we don't know exactly how many fans are voting.
But it's I mean, yeah, and it's just another lip service is what it is.
You're right.
They want you to think that they're listening to what you're saying. But in reality, they're just making you think they're listening to what you're saying.
Who the fuck asked for a John Cena championship?
John Cena.
Is this going to be like the greatest Royal Rumble ever belt that never gets defended?
The greatest ego ever.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. That was so horrible to me. That was one of the worst things. The fact that they hyped it up so much on social media, saying John Cena has a big announcement at Backlash. You knew exactly what. I didn't know it was a tournament.
I mean, the idea is cool.
Yeah.
But the execution sucks.
It was horrible. Yeah, they just needed eyes on it. That'd have been something that you could have announced on social media. Like, we did not need a big announcement right before the main event.
The idea is cool, but the execution and the logistics suck.
But the idea has already been done before without John Cena. We had the Cruiserweight Classic, the Mae Young Classic. So they're basically just doing that again with vets and newcomers. Yeah, so it's basically like
the first time it's the first time they're doing it with the newcomers.
UFC Redemption
coming.
Well, no,
they're giving all the up and coming wrestlers an opportunity. But really, it's not. It's just giving them screen time in front of 40,000 people.
Exactly, because really, if they were giving them opportunity, they'd have done the Cruiserweight like they did with the Cruiserweight Classic and the Mae Young Classic, where it was all young people, and you can see how that worked out. I mean, Rhea Ripley was in that motherfucker.
Yeah. So
okay, so I'm gonna say we go back to the next match we're gonna do. I'm gonna go backwards. Is Io versus Asuka.
That was a good match.
This was an amazing match.
I love that match.
Great storytelling. This was probably match of the night. The only other match I think that comes close was Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins.
I didn't watch that match.
Yeah, but this was an amazing match.
I don't give it.
A+ all around. The way that she blocked Asuka's fucking miss
with the notebook
and then
with no notes in it.
Huh?
With the notebook with no notes in it.
With Corey's notebook in it. Yeah. So I thought this was an amazing match, but did we expect anything different from them? These two are great workers. We're gonna get into these two are great workers, right? So I would not expect anything else less than that. But this was definitely match of the night. This was one of the better matches I've seen on a pay-per-view in a while. Definitely for women, but not women included overall.
Like it's sad that they can only book great women's matches when it's great women's wrestlers that have a chemistry that goes back for decades.
Not only is it the chemistry, they also try to do the big little. These two are relatively the same size. The big little is so hard to have great matches with.
They cannot write a story for females to save their lives.
That is very factual.
Have you noticed Roman's a bitch?
But I mean, he did choke out Jimmy to get Jay in there. So I mean, what's up, Anthony? Thank you for joining. We appreciate you always. Okay. What did you think of the Don Hansen thing with Miz?
I mean, I thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious. I loved it.
I thought it was fucking hilarious.
I mean, I thought it was stupid at first.
Yes.
And then as it went on, it got funnier.
Yeah, when they originally had the little guy come out and you could tell he's a midget luchador or whatever, and he was wrestling.
I was pissed because the way they sold it in the lead up.
Yeah.
But then it was like the more it went, the funnier it got.
It reminded me of Doink.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was funny. It made me laugh.
I think this is one of the best, well organized, like sideshow attractions that they've had in a while.
So, Danhausen is probably my favorite gimmick, other than R-Truth.
Of course, because R-Truth is legend.
Like nobody can touch R-Truth. But what I love about Danhausen is he has trademarked his face paint, his music, his very evil, very nice. He owns all his own. He owns all his stuff.
Awesome.
WWE doesn't own it.
Awesome. That's why his name is still the same from when he came over, just like AJ Styles.
He trademarked that all before he came to WWE, so WWE can't have it.
Yep, that's smart. But no, the way they portrayed Danhausen the whole entire time leads perfectly into this. And having Miz and Kit Wilson, which neither one of them are going to go on to do great. Miz is at the end of his career.
Miz has been at the end of his career when his career started.
And really, honestly, he's been the guy that they have given this bullshit to. Do you see what I'm saying? So that kind of and he does very good at it. And Kit Wilson, let's be honest, he's a gimmick player until they give him a real fucking character. And so he's gonna have to go away.
He's never gonna have a real character. He's
like Adam Rose. So he's a gimmick player. So these worked well because they actually sold very well. The whole thing where I was dying of laughter the whole time. Especially when all the little fucking midgets came out and they look like little kids, but they're all little fucking midgets, and all of them had different face paint.
And then they recloned them.
Yeah, oh my god, and I was dying. It worked so, but again, it reminded me of Doink. And one of the greatest things about Doink was the original Doink actually worked the character well. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bought into the character and everything. And this is Danhausen's. So this was a plus. This is probably can you name the last time a gimmick was actually got over like it was supposed to get over?
Just R-Truth.
Besides him, exactly.
That's it. I mean, there probably is, but I can't think of it right now.
All right, so I'm going to go to the next one, which I think is the most pointless fucking match that we have on the stupid-ass card, and it should have been held on SmackDown, the United States Championship rematch.
I didn't watch it, so I couldn't tell you.
There was nothing good about the match. Except that everybody's talking about the way Little Yachty took the Haluva kit. So who gives a fuck?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it was. Look, Trick Williams is good. You know, I dislike Sami Zayn. I don't think Sami Zayn is that fucking great. I think a lot of the people that he goes against hampers him because I don't think he's good in his role. And this was a boring match to me. This was very similar to their first match. There was no reason for this match to be on. Granted, maybe if they start turning Sammy and getting him darker, like they were originally doing with what's his face, that Karrion Kross. Maybe if they went down that route and you could see it get into him, so he finally goes this crazy ass dude from this under. Maybe then I could see that, but none of this shit happened. It was just cookie cutter class Sami Zayn match.
Yeah,
except for maybe when he kicked Little Yachty, but I'd fucking kick Little Yachty.
I don't think Sammy has the cojones to turn heel.
Yeah,
I don't think he has it in him.
So, but he has to. That's the only way he's going to get a serious run. And then this to me was an amazing match. I know after this match came on, Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker, a lot of people were just saying the match was okay. It was an average match. I think this match was outstanding. Yes. Were there a lot of big spots? Yes. Were there a lot of, was it the technical masterpiece that you normally get from a Seth Rollins match? No, because he was going against fucking Braun Breaker. Do you get what I'm saying? But this, to me, was one of the best ways for them to get a clean win over Seth Rollins. They both gave everything they had, but Seth Rollins was already kind of injured from the spears that he had, and Braun Breaker just did not stop coming. So I thought for the story that they were telling, it was great. They know each other very well. They went into overdrive. Both of them got their shit in. Both of them looked like world beaters. And I don't think Seth looked bad coming out of this loss. And I don't think everybody's like, it's one of the best wins for Braun. I don't think it's that big of a win for Braun either, because you know Seth is going to get his win back at the next pay-per-view. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but the story that they led up to, I don't understand why this could not have been a WrestleMania match. I don't understand why they could not take a month of build and put this into WrestleMania and do the same exact fucking match instead of Gunther and Seth Rollins. I know that's the ending of stories, and you're going to have a best out of three because they're going to get their win back, and then it's going to be like a super duper duper match. Do you see what I'm saying? But this match, there were so many false finishes. So many false finishes. He kicked out, and basically when Seth was done, it was just he was done. You see what I'm saying? And you could see he just gave everything he had. So I thought this was great. Did you watch it?
What, Seth versus Braun?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So again, it was the match it was supposed to be. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I only caught a couple things because of the fishing tournament.
Yeah.
And unloading and everything. So,
but yeah, it was really, really good. And now again, it was not a technical masterpiece, but it was what it was supposed to be. They were supposed to fight, and they fought. So
I didn't realize. I thought it started at 5.
Oh yeah, it started early.
And I was on my drive back from, and it was 3 hours away.
Got you. Yep. No, that makes sense. And you were hitting the traffic, the dead zones.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, overall, I thought the only match that I disliked on this, there was 2 segments I disliked. I did not like the United States Championship. I would have preferred to see the Intercontinental Championship be defended. I know. I know they're doing. I would have preferred to see a fucking women's championship. Hey, I have a question. How about any of the women's championships get defended on this?
I'm getting real tired of only being 5 matches and it only being 4 men's matches and 1 female match.
We don't have it. Yeah. So why couldn't we take the United States Championship out and did the Becky Lynch challenging somebody? Why couldn't we just get whoever the fuck it was? Who the fuck is the women's United States? Tiffany Stratton. She just won it. Why can't we get her a challenger?
Well, I mean,
why the fuck is Brie and Bella and Brie and Paige not here? talking about fucking part-timers. So there were so many other matches that could have been over.
I mean, technically, the Bella Twins should have never come back in the first place.
Exactly.
But
so there's so many other matches that could have been over this. I didn't like this, and the John Cena segment was stupid. But overall, I think this was a very good. Let's put it this way: this was better than night 1 of WrestleMania. This was better than. This to me would have been. What have we had this year? We've had WrestleMania.
All of it still could have been a Raw.
Huh?
All of it still could have been a Monday Night Raw.
There's so, yeah, a lot of these could be. You're right, and that's the problem. They have too many pay-per-views, so you can't really get into them. So any of these could have been a Raw. I think EO and
the build-ups aren't that great.
Because they're too close.
The build-ups are only really good for like one of the matches. It's not really exciting anymore. Some of the matches are exciting, but the build's just not there anymore. The excitement's not there.
No, Roman and Jacob 2-week build. Trick Williams and Sammy is what? A 5-week build because they're redone. Breaker and Rollins is a 4-week build. Danhausen is like a 2. So there's only one long-term story, and that's Io Sky and Asuka. Everything else was built right after WrestleMania or right before.
Yeah,
so I get what you're saying. I'm with you.
It's just not. You just can't get into it anymore. There's in 9,000.
They want shock value for shock value,
but there is no shock value.
No, because it's not part of a story. Like the greatest shock value WWE has had, the greatest moment that WWE has had in the last fucking 5 years is Sami Zayn hitting Roman Reigns with the chair. That is. Before that, it was probably Seth Rollins hitting fucking Roman Reigns with the chair.
Nice.
Do you get what I'm saying? So in, what was that, 2013, 12? So you've had, but both of those were long builds. Everything, John Cena's heel turn sucked. AJ Styles retiring sucked. Undertaker retiring sucked. Everything after the Undertaker did after the fucking he lost sucked. So it just has not been good.
No.
All right, check this out. Did you happen? No, you did not see any of this shit, buddy. You missed a great fucking Saturday. Did you? You did not see anything about Daniel Dubois and fucking Fabio Wardley? Okay, so Usyk is fighting a fucking kickboxer, and he said he's going to fight the winner of Dubois versus Wardley. Dubois had knocked out Anthony Joshua. It was a title fight because they had stripped one of the titles from Usyk. I forgot what fucking title it is. Nobody gives a fuck. Wardley was the title holder. He was undefeated, right? Facing Daniel Dubois. Buddy. Go back and watch this fucking fight. So, Daniel Dubois was knocked down like 2 or 3 times in the first 4 rounds. Wardley has like 22 wins, 21 by knockout. Daniel Dubois was Wardley was hitting this motherfucker, and Daniel was just buckling. And then, at some point in time in the fight, Daniel said, okay, I'm done falling down. And then Daniel started whooping Wardley's ass. Wardley's whole face was fucked up. Like, Wardley might have punched himself out. And then the fight got ended in the 9th round from Daniel Dubois beating the shit out. This was a fucking slugfest. It was not a technical fight. It was not a fight that you show boxing fans if you want to get them interested in boxing. This was just 2 big-ass hosses saying, fuck the bullshit and throwing caution to the wind. And both of them are knockout artists. So it was 9 rounds of beating each other's ass. I don't know how many jabs were thrown, but I could tell you Wardley threw about 200 power punches in the first 5 rounds. This motherfucker was hitting him with everything and the kitchen sink. And somehow Daniel Dubois started getting up. Like, that's the thing. If you could get out of Wardley's onset. So now it's supposed to be Dubois and Usyk again. Dubois and Usyk, which a lot of people don't want to see. Because Usyk has already beat him twice. So there's also talk about David Benavidez. Because did you see the David Benavidez fight last weekend?
No.
Buddy, David Benavidez.
Or you know how much shit I got going on?
David Benavidez hit this dude like 8 times, had an 8-punch combination of just straights and jabs.
Really?
Like 17 times during the fight. Like the guy would duck, he would duck, right? And David would hit him and he'd go to duck and he'd come down like this and David would just go like it was like the announcers were fucking mind boggled by this guy. So yeah, needless to say, David Benavidez whooped his ass and got the cruiserweight title. So had whooped somebody, had only lost once. So there is talk, and I predicted this before. I said on the podcast when I talked about it before there was even talk about this. David Benavidez is probably going back down to light heavyweight because he wants to fight Bivol. He wants to beat Bivol. The only way David Benavidez stays at cruiserweight or goes up is if Usyk calls. And now this depends on the Wardley Dubois fight. Because neither one of them are his mandatory challenger. Do you see what I'm saying? So if he doesn't want to fight Dubois again, after this kickboxer, he could reach out to fight David Benavidez, which would be a much bigger fight for him. And David Benavidez could go ahead and make history again because he's won 3 belts. He's the only fighter to win belts in super middleweight, lightweight, and cruiserweight. Or light heavyweight and cruiserweight. So he's the only one to do that. So if he goes to heavyweight, he'll be the first one to do that. Because like Roy Jones Jr. skipped cruiserweight. Because everybody skips cruiserweight. You see what I'm saying? So like Roy Jones Jr. went from middleweight, super middleweight, light heavyweight, but never went to cruiserweight. James Toney did the same thing. Everybody skipped cruiserweight. Why? So there was like, yeah, so a lot of like Evander Holyfield was a cruiserweight that moved up. So he didn't do, so that became the issue. So that would be very, very amazing. But yeah, you should go back and watch those combinations from Benavidez. That's your boy. And now, another one I know you didn't watch.
NBA.
Strickland versus Chimaev.
No, I didn't watch it.
Oh my!
Definitely didn't watch it.
Oh my God, dude. We had a banger Saturday night. Okay? We had this fucking slugfest. We had good ass Backlash. And then we also had this fucking fight. Chimaev was such a huge favorite, right? Such a huge favorite. Do you think Roman B. Fatu is a little like Roman versus Jay? Yeah, I could see that, but I think they're just making Fatu a Jay 2.0, a more deranged one. Because the problem with Jay was his brother. So remember, when they fought in that cage, Roman had to choke out Jimmy to get Jay to say okay. So that's the difference between Jay was going to range, but he has his brother. So I think that's very, very similar along the lines that they're going on. What do you think about that?
I think I agree.
Okay.
I think ultimately Roman wants Fatu to join the bloodline. Mm-hmm. But I think ultimately Jimmy and Jay are going to turn on Roman.
Got you. That makes sense.
And I think Solo is going to join. I think Solo and his gang of numbskulls are going to join Roman.
And then you have Jimmy, Jay, Jacob.
I think, yeah, or some combination, or somebody from the weird combination of MFTs is going to join.
Got you.
Jimmy and Jay, or Jacob is going to join the bloodline with Roman.
I see. I could see that. I could see.
If that makes any sense. Like somebody from Solo's group is going to join Jimmy and Jay, and then Jacob is going to join Roman, or the other way around.
Nice seeing you, Ormo.
You better get the fuck out of here.
Baby steps, baby. You better
find a cliff.
Just saying, just what you were thinking about. Jay and Jimmy take over the MFTs. Solo and Fatu join Roman, go against each other.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
form of that.
Not yet. I have a few things left. What's up? Welcome, buddy. Always a pleasure to have you.
Take
Thank you
Mahomes
for
with
tuning
you.
in. Okay,
When
so
you're done with your task, take Mahomes with you.
Strickland and versus Chimaev. So Chimaev was first of all, there's so much, buddy. There's so much drama with this. Chimaev was a huge favorite and did not make weight.
I saw that he
but
didn't
he
make
made weight.
I heard the drama.
So
he didn't make weight, but somehow the UFC said he made weight.
Coming from somebody that has weighed in multiple times in a physical sport to check your weight, I have never in my life, I wrestled for 4 years in high school. I have never in my life seen somebody say they make weight while it's still moving.
Hey.
So he was on the scale, stepped on, it went whoom, 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 like it was moving. As soon as it got to the middle, guy goes, he's off, stepped off. I've never seen that. And again, he had to make weight because this was like a huge fight. They could not lose this fight. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. And the fact that he's saying he's going up to light heavyweight right after this fight means he had a trouble making weight. And there was rumors that he was already going to go up to there, so he had to lose like 24 pounds. Okay, that said, right? Controversy out the way. Okay, I don't give a fuck. Sean Strickland cut weight too. They were both big when they went back up to fight, right? Chimaev took 15 seconds to take Strickland down. Okay, and then the whole first round controlled him. Whole first round, he did his Chimaev thing. The problem was he never got him controlled where he could smash him or try a submission attempt. Strickland was very good at fighting it off, right? Very, very good. He did a couple things that were smart. Posted, didn't go to his feet. The second round.
Sorry, I was paying attention. I was just ordering dinner.
You're fine. The second round, Chimaev went to shoot again. Strickland blocked it. He tries to shoot again. Chimaev pulls guard. Strickland beats the shit out of him on the top. Strickland goes on top of him and holds him down for the second round. 1-1. Then
if you want proof,
you're fine. Then Chimaev started not shooting. He just stood there, and they just stood there and jabbed the shit out of each other for the next 2 rounds. It was a split decision. It could have gone either way, but Strickland won. I personally gave Strickland 2, 3, and 5. Right?
Yeah, I heard going into the 5th round, everybody was saying they had it 2-2.
So the reason why they had it 2-2 was for one reason, right? And this is the issue that a lot of people don't understand, which I didn't find out till afterwards. Round 3, Chimaev started off strong with boxing, but Strickland got back, right? And the problem is Strickland just keeps landing that jab. So he keeps throwing that jab. So even when he's getting hit twice, he's still hitting you with one, where he will just stick that jab in your face and may hit you 15 times before you hit him 3. So the problem is at the end of the 4th round, Chimaev shot for a takedown and got him, right? So old UFC rules, that's an automatic round for Chimaev, right? No longer that way because they stopped with the control. So if you don't do something on the ground, that does not matter. Control time no longer matters. So when he took him down, he really didn't do shit. So if you had Strickland winning that 4th round as a judge, that takedown doesn't do anything. Because it was literally a takedown and he controlled it and then he kind of popped up a little bit, but didn't escape. So the whole time that he was on the ground, Strickland landed more punches in the 1st round than he did too. So it could have been 2-2 going into that round. And to most people, I had it 2-2 because I thought it was a great round. But the problem that you have is the 5th round, Strickland just kept with that jab. So if you're a judge, you're looking at it multiple different ways. People are saying, oh, Strickland's backing up and Chimaev's moving forward. He's the aggressor. That's not how fucking shit works all the time. Because if I'm aggressively stalking you, but I keep getting a jab in my fucking face, what's going on there? That I'm stopping your momentum. So, like, if you just, like, literally, Strickland just sits here and goes, and a lot of the punches that Chimaev was throwing, Strickland rolls with them because he has that Philly shell. So I had it a very close fight. I don't care who won the fight. It could have went either way. But the way I look at it is it just depends on how you saw the rounds. Are you giving Chimaev credit for moving forward? and taking his opportunities, or are you giving Strickland more credit for his defensive prowess? That was what it comes down to. And a lot of times in these close battles, Strickland keeps winning these because of that reason. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not that he's backing up, he's circling, but he has a style. So it's a boxing style to circle. It's Floyd Mayweather's Philly shell. That's exactly what it is, just not to the extent. So when they punch, a lot of the punches are coming off his shoulders. But since he has to switch stands, he has to back up as he's doing that to stay out of range. So it's a defensive prowess. But fucking great fight. Great fight. Another great fight. So if you get a chance, just go back and watch some of those highlights. This Saturday, guess who we got this Saturday?
Is it Rousey?
Rousey versus Carano. And Rousey is talking shit.
I mean, she's always talking shit.
Also, another thing I want to tell all y'all people, all the people that get mad because Khamzat and fucking Sean Strickland were talking shit and they almost came to blows multiple times and they had to be separated during press conferences. And then they get in the ring, and as soon as they get in the ring, they touch gloves and they show the respect to each other before the first round. And after the fight, they're hugging. Shut the fuck up. Okay?
I mean, Chimaev did kick Strickland in the nuts.
Yes, exactly. Second of all, these are professional fighters. So no matter how mad they hate each other, right? They know that at the very end, they're going to get hands on each other.
I mean, you kick me in the nuts. I'm not dapping you up in the ring. You can.
Oh,
you can,
yeah, but you know, Strickland said a lot of shit. Strickland talks shit about a lot of people. So don't get me wrong. Like, he may not have got kicked in the nuts, but Strickland got his verbal barbs back. Like, they were going back and forth, and they were not being friendly. Like, they both. But you're about to fight. There's so many people. The only people that don't do that is people like Ronda Rousey, who are fucking sore losers. So that becomes the issue. Most of these fighters, kickboxers, once they get in the ring, they punch other stuff out. I just don't understand why people are getting so mad. I'm going to dap you up too because I don't want to kill you. We're about to fight.
No, I want to kill you. I'm in there to kill you.
So we got Ronda Rousey versus fucking Carano. And just to let you know, Ronda's talking shit constantly.
I mean, she always does. And
she's talking shit about everybody but Carano.
Yeah. And she always loses. So
she's talking shit about UFC. She's saying that she now listen to this shit. Listen, first of all, this is the most delusional superstar.
Are you going to talk about where she talks about the numbering system or whatever?
Yes. Why wasn't she saying that when she was in the UFC?
She is so delusional. It's ridiculous at this point.
That's my issue.
She has to drum up money from somewhere because she's broke.
I remember when Becky Lynch sent that tweet out. Your ego is as fragile as your jaw, and I'm gonna break both of them. 100%. Because bitch, you were with the UFC, and this never came out. When they were paying you money, you shut the fuck up. But now that because TKO is not gonna pay somebody who has lost their last 2 fights, has been ran out of the WWE, and they're not going to pay you the money you want to fight somebody who hasn't fought in 20 fucking years. Now you're going to go on a rant to talk shit about them. I hope Gina Carano whoops your fucking ass. That's all I'm going to say about that. I want to see Francis and the Nate Diaz fight.
Do what?
I want to see the Francis fight and the Nate Diaz fight.
Oh.
They're not fighting each other. I keep forgetting who they're fighting. So I want to see those two. I'm going to watch it because it's on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really like Ronda Rousey. I don't like her at all. All right, last thing we're going to talk about. I know you did not watch this, but I always like to get your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts of LeBron James and the Lakers being swept out of the playoffs? By the Thunder. So LeBron, and it was not even close, buddy. The only game that was close was like one of them.
Is he gonna fucking retire yet?
So he said, I have some things to think about. I'm gonna go home, spend time with my family, and I'll let you guys know. That's the same thing he said 3 years ago.
Bronny should tell him Dad, get the fuck away from me. The faster you get the fuck away from me, it'll probably be the faster I can fucking develop.
True.
Because the faster you get the fuck away from these coaches, the faster they can actually teach me what I need to learn.
It might even be worse though, because once Bronny leaves, then Bryce shows up, and LeBron's going to be all over them. So he might be at every one of their games.
Yeah, but if they can get him out of the building every day,
that's true.
Then maybe Bronny could actually get coached and developed.
That's true.
And not be constantly interrupted by his father, who is starting to have dementia, balding issue, and ailments with walking.
Okay, question. Did you see when on Mother's Day they were playing, or were they playing on Mother's Day? Or they were playing sometime, and the mom didn't call. The mom called Bronny, and Bronny had ignored the call. And it was like they were in the locker room, whatever. And LeBron comes up and is like, hey, don't ignore the call from your mom. She's over there right now. Go say hi to her. I get what you're saying. Because Bronny can't be himself. Do you see what I'm saying? He's still going to be in the shadow of his dad.
Right. Like, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, I get you.
Get off my nuts.
So now, guys, I am wearing now, if you guys were here a Sunday ago when Jeremy wasn't here and the Sixers somehow upset the Celtics, I was in all Sixers gear. I had my Embiid jersey on. I had my hat on. But today I just got my hat on because we got blown the fuck out. And I don't even know what the fuck happened. So there was 2 sweeps. The Knicks swept the Sixers. Wasn't even close. Okay, there was 1 game that was close. I think we lost the last game by like 30 points. We got our ass whooped. And the worst part about it was I went back on what I said last Sunday and said that I was not going to say, this is how bad we got beat. Last Sunday, I did my picks. Monday, I did my picks. I'm already redoing my picks right now. So I actually tweeted out I was picking the Lakers. The Knicks, I mean, the Sixers. So I fucked it up.
Who did I pick?
You didn't pick the second round. Well, we did, but I don't know where we have to go back and look at it. Because I think we only picked the first round when we did it. We did a brief, we did the...
I thought we picked the whole thing.
No, but we did it before the play-in, and some of that changed. So we have them somewhere. Did I save them? I might have saved them. Let me see. I do have your picks. Okay, Jeremy picked. I do have your picks. Okay. So I can see where you went. You picked the Thunder and the Lakers to win in the first round. Both of them won. And then you picked the Thunder to beat the Lakers. You picked Denver and the Spurs to win in the first round. Denver did not win in the first round. The Spurs did win. You have the Spurs beating Denver to play the Thunder. So right now, the Spurs and the Wolves are 2-2. You picked the Pistons to beat the Magic. Just to let you know, you did pick. Yeah, you picked also. Yeah, you got the Pistons to beat the Magic. The Pistons did beat the Magic. You picked the Cavs to beat the Pistons, or the Cavs to beat the Raptors. The Cavs did. So far, you've only lost 1 game. Yeah, you lost two series. So you lost the Denver-Minnesota series. You picked Denver, Minnesota won, and you lost the Celtics-Sixers series.
It's not bad for somebody who doesn't watch.
And you also have the Celtics beating the Knicks. So you lost 3 series because the Knicks advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals. So you lost.
It's not bad for somebody who doesn't watch the NBA.
No, you lost 3 series so far. You have the Spurs versus the Pistons. Just to let you know, Wemby. So
the Spurs are winning right now.
Yeah. That I'm not worried about that right now. Okay, they should win this game. So they lost the first game. They won the second game. They won the third game. Lost the fourth game. So now they're back at home. So they technically should win this one. They lost yesterday by a couple points because Wembanyama elbowed the shit out of Nas Reed and got ejected. So right now, but if you look at any of the games, I think Minnesota came back from like a 15-point deficit in game 4. So yeah, the Spurs could definitely win. Definitely they could win. But you're right. It's not bad for somebody that doesn't watch sports. It doesn't watch basketball. You are 100% right.
Well, I was about to correct you. Somebody who doesn't watch sports.
So
I watch sports now. I just don't watch NBA.
Yeah.
Or cricket.
Did you see what Chicago did? Chicago Sky?
Are you talking about when they released the one chick?
They released all of their 2025 draft picks.
Yeah, what was her name?
No, not her name. They released 3 of them.
I only seen the Van Lith one.
That's because that's the only people were talking about because she scored 20.9 points in the preseason.
What is this? What's this guy doing?
Yeah, so as of May 26th, the Chicago Sky have no players from their 2025 WNBA draft class on their active roster. They allowed Sivakia. They did not retain her rights. They retained her draft rights, but she went back to Kentucky. She was the 10th pick. Haley was the 11th pick. She was waived on May 4th. Maddie was waived on May 4th, and Achia was waived on May 4th. They waived 3 of their 4 draft picks on May 4th and let the other one sign with Kentucky. All of them, 2 of them were first-round draft picks. And Haley signed with Connecticut 2 days later. Nobody knows what Chicago's doing. And they did that so they could sign Natasha Cloud. The veteran Natasha Cloud that played for the Sky last year. That came off the fucking bench. Natasha Cloud has been in this league so long. She won a championship with Deladon in the Mystics before the Aces won, when they beat the Aces. So she was with Washington she got drafted in 2015. So she played Washington from 2015 to 2022. I want to say 2019 they won the title. Yeah, 2019 they won the title. She was a starting point guard in 2019. She was a backup last year. Did not play in 2020. Was basically a backup on Phoenix 2 years ago. So they literally got rid of talent for a veteran point guard that's been a backup for the last 2 years. And has not been extremely good since 2022. So, I mean, it's weird because in 2022, she was an MVP favorite, top 16. How the fuck do you have 16 people voted for MVP with the league that has 12 teams? She averages 10.7 points. For right now, last year, she averaged 10.1 points, 5.1 assists, and 3 rebounds on 43 and 30. She shoots 33% from 3-point. Yeah, she's not like, why would you release a rookie that's basically a second-year player that could come up with those numbers? I don't know what the fuck Chicago's doing.
I mean, it's Chicago.
I was all on board with them trading for trading Angel Reese. I literally came out and defended them because people said they gave up too much. She just didn't fit with Chicago. Do you see what I'm saying? Not that she's a bad player. She just wasn't. They should have drafted her and Camila Cardoso at the same time. Her game does not fit next to that. But I can't tell you what the fuck they're doing. I love the Rickea Jackson trade. You see what I'm saying? But I don't know what the fuck they're doing right now. I don't know what they're doing. So yeah, that was the last thing I wanted to touch on. I just wanted to see if you had any thoughts on the Chicago thing. I didn't know if you knew how many people they had let go.
No, I just heard about the one.
Yeah, so there was 4 rookies in their whole draft class was gone last year. Their whole draft class is the 2020 fucking Raiders first round draft class. Okay. By the way, I saw an interview with Henry Ruggs.
I saw that, but I didn't.
I only saw bits and pieces of it because my attention span is not good enough to watch him talk about that. But one of the things I thought was cool about it was he was being upfront and honest. Like when they asked him, does he want to play in the NFL again? And of course, a lot of people are going to come in the comments and be like, he should never be out of jail. Do you see what I'm saying? And he 100% he was honest and was like, hey, what happened that night? I should have just went fucking home. He talked about it. Unfortunately, because of who I am, their families are going to have to deal with this forever because my name is going to be plastered all over the place. Like, I'm sorry. He was 100% remorseful, but then was truthful. Yes, I want to fucking play in the NFL. Bitch, I waited my whole life to play in the NFL. Of course. And I had it. And it was gone for a dumbass mistake. Yes, 2 people are dead. I acknowledge that.
One person.
But of course I want to play in the fucking NFL. I thought that was so great. Like he handled that question so well. Do you see what I'm saying? But outside of that, I really didn't pay much attention to anything else in here.
I didn't watch the interview. I saw that there was an interview.
Yeah.
But I got so much shit going on.
I understand. I completely understand. Schedule comes out on Thursday. NFL schedule comes out on Thursday
already.
Yep. First Monday night game has already been announced. It is the Chiefs versus the Broncos. We don't know where it's going to be at. If it is an Arrowhead, we might be going to that game. Me and my wife.
I'm glad you clarified.
If it's not
I'm so glad you clarified.
If it's not an Arrowhead,
my ass will not be going to that motherfucking game.
Yeah. If it's not an Arrowhead, we'll probably go to the Thursday night game because we were going to relay that with another trip. So that way, because for our anniversary. So go to the game, to celebrate our anniversary and another trip. But to work with my PTO schedule, because I don't have a lot of PTO, it's going to work that way. So it'll either be like that Thursday or Monday night game. Yeah. And then, hey, you should check if the Raiders play in Arizona. So we play the AFC West, of course, the NFC East, and the NFC West.
We'll have to wait till Thursday.
Yeah. No, you have your home games out right now. You have your home and away games out right now. They just don't know what days they are. Because if you play in Arizona, we could probably drive down and go to that game. Because if we were playing in Arizona, we were going to go to that game.
They play the Cardinals.
Yeah, you guys play in Arizona. You play in Arizona, San Francisco are the only 2 close. Well, you play your away games besides the 3 division: Arizona, Cleveland, New England, Saints, Jets, Niners. So you do play in Arizona. So if you want it, if we could definitely go catch one. I'm not going to Raiders Stadium. I'll definitely go watch the Cardinals play the Raiders. You see what I'm saying? In Arizona. Because that's literally, we could drive down there Saturday, stay the night, or drive down there Sunday morning, depending on what time the game is, and then come back Monday. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll see.
If you want to do that. I'm definitely down with that. And then we maybe be able to catch like a Diamondbacks game.
Yeah. Because the Braves are playing.
Huh?
If the Braves are playing.
That's what I'm saying. Depending on, it'd have to be in the beginning of September. No, the they play in KC. Nope. The Braves do not play them in September. All right. Anything else you want to talk about before we hop off?
I don't think so.
All right. All right. Well, everybody, we hope you have a fabulous weekend. I hope everybody had or fabulous week. Stay hydrated. It is hot as fuck here in Vegas.
105 degrees today.
Deathly hot. Yeah, extremely. So stay hydrated. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, YouTube, all that good stuff. And we will catch you guys either next Sunday or next Tuesday. Follow us on all our social media so that way you know for sure. And Jeremy, whenever you're ready, take us out.
Put me in, coach.
Peace.